Yeah, there's a couple snakes, actual snakes. I ain't talking about people now. Like, I remember as a kid, this dude, he had this large, man, it probably was like some type of python or something, man. It was large, man. I just remember that was the first one I ever touched as a child at that time. Another time, I was somewhere in Maryland, and there was one of these small, kind of like a coral snake, and it wrapped around my arm, up my forearm, my way, and then it started squeezing, getting tight. That was kind of cool. Happy it was just the size that it was, man, because that'd have been something crazy. Wine. Let's see. I'll say a person's wisdom, you know, better with age. Someone's maturity, that stuff gets better with age. You know, skill gets better with age because of experiences and whatnot. So I say a collection of all those things. No, no. Look, you know what's funny? Way back in the day, before they started having like forward and replying chain letters and stuff, this back when it was on text messages and whatnot, and it would pretty much say like, if you don't send this, you know, then something crazy happened. That I may have done maybe 2 of those, but outside of that, man, I don't do that. I'm not the chain letter type, man. Y'all hit me with that, I'll just hit you with some prayer hands back or something like, hey, wish you well, you know. They be going OD. They be talking about, if you don't send this now, then, you know, God ain't gonna do this for you if you don't send it to 10 people and get them to send it to 10 more people. And you're like, okay, dude, I'm beyond that. Incredible. Okay, we could go with, let's see, like George Washington Carver. That's who coming to my head right now. Just for peanut butter, man. Who is not eating peanut butter? As long as you're not allergic, man, you're eating it, you're getting benefits out of it. So like, give all credit to that dude right there, man. Then you have people like Einstein. You know, you got people like Isaac Newton. You know, like even now in modern times, you read and stuff about like about Tesla. You know, like a lot of these scientists, when you're finding, I would say most credible. Again, that's the first one that came to my head, man. That's because like I'm a peanut butter head, though. Once upon a time ago, I was called immature. You know, that's more so from just how I used to deal with women coming up. You know, I'm thinking more in teenage years. I'm coming around and speaking to them in such a fashion as it was immature. Yeah, actually over there by me, you know, there's a spot called the Arboretum, and the Arboretum's cool. It's just been a while since I've gone there. The last time I've been there was with another person who, you know, I ain't trying to open up the memories and stuff right now, you know, but I definitely have to go back. It's on my list to go back. It's because it's beautiful trails there, man. Beautiful like flowers, man, and plant life and stuff out there, you know. And it's calming. It's like getting that type of nature feel, you know, when you're walking through. You know, that just got me thinking about this one chick. She used to sing this all the time. It's coming to my head now. I'd be like, how go? Oh, O'Reilly's. Auto parts. I think that's a good one. That's the goal. I'm definitely making sure that's the goal, man. I need to be growing my own food, or like being able to delegate that to other people who have that knowledge and skills to be able to grow their own food. And we're doing this together collectively in some kind of way. I'm helping out with the finances of it or something. You know, with growing food is definitely on the agenda. It's like a necessity. Okay, thinking of a couple birds. All right, I'm thinking of the eagle and the owl. The eagle because of all the things that it stands for, you know, just the power and just the significance of an eagle, you know, the freedom and the king of the skies, all that, you know. That's a bird right there. The owl, due to his wisdom. I love it, the fact it has that keen sight, man, and you know, like the see soundless flight. You know, those are birds that are here right now. Outside that, I'll probably do something like a phoenix. You know, that's more mythical, but I'm on something like that. That's a wing, but that's a bird right there. I definitely take that one. You know, at this time I don't, and I'm not trying to knock any foreign film. I do at some point have to sit down and watch some. I'm sure there's some great talent there. I'm sure there's some great, you know, cinematography, you know, and great storytelling. You know, however, at this time I can't recall anything right now. I'm thinking even of a few maybe Spanish films even, and this right now is I have nothing, not even on the tip of my tongue. So, you know, you know what that means? That means I'm probably gonna have to do a foreign film at some point, just so I can know, just so I can know one. A specific work of art that I admire most. Work of art. The ones that I admire most are the ones that people put themselves in. They put a piece of them into their art. Those are the ones that I admire the most. You know, when you can feel it, you know, you don't know anything about the project or anything at all, but when you watch it, whether it's a film or when you listen to it, or whether you see the drawing or the painting, or you read this story with it, and you could tell that they put a piece of themselves in there. You know, it could be displaying certain strengths or different vulnerabilities. It's an amazing thing about art. Dragons. Dragons are cooler because on the real, they're pretty much dinosaurs with wings. For real. Like, that's actually kind of cool. Dinosaurs and dragons just fighting with each other, period, would be kind of raw to watch. If I'm going with dragons, man, dragons just, come on, man. They cooler, they have powers, man, you know? You can do a whole bunch of stuff with them. Like I'm sure a dragon will probably cook a T-Rex quick. At least that's what I'm hoping so. Look, a T-Rex probably snugs that thing down and Godzilla that boy. Yeah. Yeah, and the line of work that I do, at times it requires time to be away. This is like a focus, keep my mind where it needs to be. And it causes rifts in relationships, because a lot of relationships, they need time. They need time, man. And when you need some type of action in there, something to keep to keep that relationship fueled, keep that energy going, man. You know, there's no energy in it, then a lot of times that's lost. So that's what happens in these fields. That's what happens when you get involved in your business and when you get involved in your art. You know, those rifts come in these relationships. What I can say, even with those, that in time, it's all coming back tenfold. Yeah. You know, I hope everyone gets a point in their life where they can take time to find themselves. However long it takes them, you know, it takes you a week, it takes you a year, it takes you 10. Hope you're able to get that time to find yourself, know who you are, know what you like, know what you love, be what you love, you know, attract that same love that you get putting out. It's a beautiful thing. You know, my favorite selfie, I'll tell you what my favorite selfie is. My favorite selfie, my favorite selfie is the one I have with you. That's my favorite one. Like, you and I both know what was going on there. You know, so that's my favorite one. I'm looking forward to another selfie with you.